Hey guys, today I have a really quick, well, maybe not a really quick video, but I'm hopping on here really quick. I just got out of the shower, clearly. I just got ready for work and we had progress in this project. So I wanted to hop on and show you my progress. I'm filming this really early, but I don't know if it's gonna go up like when it's supposed to or if it's gonna go up early. We're just gonna kind of see. So I have so much progress to share with you guys. I'm really excited and I had to get on here and film this update. So let's get into it. If you haven't been watching this series, what I'm doing is randomly selecting 3 palettes from my collection, and then I'm choosing a shade myself to try to hit pan on. It doesn't matter how long it takes. There's no usage goals. We're going until there's pan. And it's been pretty successful so far, which I'm surprised. I've had a few items in here that have taken me a really long time because I am including face products in here too. But I am happy with the success that we've gotten so far, and I'm definitely excited to continue this project. But let's get into today's update. We're gonna go in order of how these palettes had rolled in. So Nugget's over here making a mess if you hear anything. The first palette we had rolled in was the Becca Be a Light face palette, and this rolled in a long time ago. So here is all of our progress clips up until today. You guys, can you say it? We hit pan, finally. It's a baked product, so it's on a waffle pan. You can very clearly see the waffle pan right there. I literally, no words. I am so happy I have been on this. I've been working on this for so long. So long. I don't even know when I rolled this in. It's probably close to a year because I think I rolled it in spring last year, and we're in the middle of February right now. So we're getting close to almost a year. I'm so happy, clearly. I got a lot of use on this entire palette. Not as much this one because I would kind of wear them in similar ways. This shade I was using as a finishing powder, and then I started wearing it just the last few days before I hit pan because I was like, I feel like I'm really close. I started using it as a brow bone highlighter as well. I wish I had been doing that the whole time because it was so pretty. But I got a few uses on it as a brow bone highlighter as well. The blush and bronzer in here are really pretty, especially the blush. But I'm just so happy that I was able to have this out and play with it for a while because this was essentially brand new before it rolled in here. And I got so much use. It took me a total of 122 uses to hit pan on this guy. 122. So it only took me 7 more uses from last update. So we were really close last update, which is why I'm filming this kind of early because we hit pan. We hit pan. But that is so exciting. I'm rolling out a face product. So I will replace that one with a face product. From now on, I am going to try to have 1 face item and 2 eyeshadows. So I'll keep rolling on my wheel until we get that, if I don't get it. But that's kind of how we're going to structure this from now on. But let's keep going. I'm not even going to count or share month to month usage because we've been here for a while. But I put a little smiley face because I was so happy the day I hit pan on it. But we're officially done with this entire page. We get to go to a next page. Oh my gosh. let's continue. My next palette was rolled in more recently, not last month, but the month before. And this is the Live Beauty Shine Bright Face Palette. This is a highlighter palette. And this is what it looked like before. And here's what it looks like today. I focused on this shade right here. If you guys can see, we have pan. It's pretty similar to the color of highlighter, but we have pan in here. I used this like every single day as a brow bone highlighter. It looks so pretty on the inner corner. I used it on the face. I also, like, as a face highlighter, I mixed it with these two sometimes. I didn't touch these three at all, but these three I did. Really pretty. It was stunning. I really like this. And this was just a really cheap palette from Marshalls or TJ Maxx, and I actually really like it. It's very good. So this guy is also rolling out, and we used it 29 times. We used it, let's see, how many times did we use it from last month? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We used it 11 times from last update. Okay, and then last update, I keep wanting to say last month, but it hasn't even been a month. Last update, we rolled in the Tarte Clay Play palette, and this is what it looked like. And so, since it was just last update, I didn't even choose a shade on camera, but I ended up choosing the shade Smoke, and it is like a dark chocolate brown color. Here's what it looked like when I rolled it in. Here's what it looks like today. Without blinding you in the mirror, we hit pan. We hit pan on this today as an eyeliner. I've been using it as an eyeliner. It took me 15 uses to hit pan. So not a ton of use, but I hit pan on this today. So I was like, oh my God, I'm rolling out all 3 palettes. I need to film an update. So that's why we're here today. I did use this bronzer once. I used this cream color. I used this one actually a bunch to clean up like the edges because the matte cream shade I'm currently panning is really light. It's like almost white. So I used that one because it's a little closer to my skin tone. And then I used this crease color just once because it looks really pretty. But that was all I think I played with. Actually, I think I used Amber. I think I used that one once too. And then the other matte creams, I think I mixed them all together a couple times, but mostly I used this one. But yeah, we hit pan on that one in 15 uses. This is also getting rolled out. What's happening? I have no idea. So we rolled out all 3 palettes. So we get to roll in 3 more palettes. I'm really excited. Yeah, really excited. I didn't think that my like panning this year was going to be as quick as it has been, which it is just the beginning of the year. I'm still really excited about it. But I'm definitely still trying to like be slower about it. I'm not like slower, but with my palettes, especially with my eyeshadows, I've been picking 1, maybe 2 palettes each day to use and not focus in on every single eyeshadow every single day, but getting used on the entire palette. I also started doing, with my Project 5 uses, more of a shop my stash for eyeshadows. So I'm gonna start including those palettes in my shop my stash videos because I'm trying to do those monthly as well. So many things are happening for this year with makeup playtime. It's fun. Today I used a brand new palette for eyeshadow besides the eyeliner from here and like my matte cream color, but I like played with a brand new palette and it was so much fun. So yeah, I have so many options out, but I'm still seeing really good progress, which is just really rewarding because it's more fun than just doing the same look every single day. But anyway, enough rambling. That's not what we're here for. We're gonna roll in 3 more palettes. My phone is at like 8%, so I'm gonna leave it plugged in, so it's gonna be like over here. But I have not all of my palettes in this wheel. I have all of my like older palettes in here, and then when I start, like once I hit pan on it, I delete it out of this wheel. And so like once we get down a little bit, I'll start adding in some more stuff. But I still have like 100, I think, palettes in here. I have a lot of palettes. Let's go for it. Let's see what we get. It's gonna be hard for you to see because it's far away and my screen is cracked. So what is that? The Bad Habit Aurora palette. Is that a face palette or an eye palette? I feel like that's a face palette, so that might be our face shade. Let me write it down. Let me go find it so I can see if it's a face palette or an eye palette. I'll be right back. Okay, I found it. It took me a long time, actually. It's an eyeshadow palette. I was thinking this was a highlighter palette because they do Bad Habit. It's not really a brand anymore, I don't think. But they do a lot of dupe palettes. So I was thinking it was the dupe for the ABH Aurora palette, but it's not. It's an eyeshadow palette. It's a dupe for the ABH Prism palette. So I will pick a shade here in a minute. I haven't decided yet, but this palette will be rolling in. So we can still pick a face palette. Let's see what our next one is. So one eyeshadow palette so far. Marc Jacobs The Shoegazer. That's another eyeshadow palette. I just hit pan on a Marc Jacobs palette in my Pan Those eyeshadows, and it was relatively easy, but it was an eyeliner shade, so let's write that one down. Okay, now we need a face palette, so we might have to roll a couple times because I don't have as many face palettes. Marc Jacobs The Shoegazer again. That's kind of weird. That's an eyeshadow palette. I'll fast forward until I get a face palette. Oh, it was literally the next one. Okay, the Cover FX Perfector Face. That's gonna be really hard, but I really like that palette. So let me go get these palettes and we will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've made my decisions. Whether I stick to them or not, I'm not sure, but I am going to just kind of play around with all three of these palettes. Hopefully I can have one rollout for next month. I think the Bad Habit palette will be relatively easy. I've hit pan in their eyeshadows before and they're not that hard. So let's get into our choices. So the Bad Habit Aurora palette, like I mentioned quickly, this is the dupe for the ABH Prism palette. I think it's really pretty. I don't have a lot of use in here, so I want to just play with the whole thing, but I think the shade I'm going to try to hit pan on is Phenomenon, which is the inner corner kind of color. It is like a bright white gold shade, and I do have that one swatched right here. It's in the middle. I think it'll make a really pretty inner corner or brow bone highlighter, and I actually already have a dip on that shade. And I probably only used it like 1 or 2 times. Actually, I probably used it 5 times because I had to use this palette 5 times for Project 5 uses, but that's all this palette has been used. So I think this is the one I'm gonna try to hit pan on, but I wanna use the whole palette. If I hit multiple pans, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, if I hit pan in something else first or change my mind, that's fine. I just need 1 pan in this palette for this project, but for now, I'm saying it's gonna be this one. The next palette we rolled in was a Marc Jacobs trio in the Shoegazer. Here is what this little trio looks like, and I think I'm gonna go for the gold. Is there a name on this one? No. They don't have individual names, so I think I'm gonna go for this one. It would be really easy for me to just choose the dark brown and use it as an eyeliner. I might end up just hitting pan on that one, but I really want to use this gold. So I think I'm gonna try to hit pan on the gold. I have that one swatched out. It's like a dark grungy gold, and it's really pretty. So that's what I'm going to focus on. I would like to use all 3 colors. But yeah, I might just hit pan on the brown, but I want to use the gold. I want to use the gold. Okay. And then my last palette that we rolled in is the Cover FX Perfector Face Palette. And I'm choosing the finishing powder since I did just roll one out. It's in the shade Stellar. And here is what this palette looks like. This is a really pretty palette. I got this in BoxyCharm, and I haven't used this nearly enough. I'd say the one I have the most use on right now is the bronzer, but I'm gonna choose this one in the middle. I do have it swatched out right here on the bottom. It's just like a skin tone kind of color. It's slightly pink. There are some shimmers in there, but I think it's a product I'm not already panning, so that's why I think it's gonna be the easiest, but I definitely wanna use the entire palette because it's stunning. I was debating between pretty much everything in here. I'm panning one bronzer, I'm panning one blush. Well, technically I'm panning more blushes than that, but really only using one of them. And I'm not currently panning a highlighter, like a powdered highlighter, but I think those ones will take literally forever. So I'm just going to get use on them. I think the easiest will be the finishing powder. So that's what I'm gonna go with, but I still think it's gonna take me a really long time. So that is my new update. Big changes, obviously. We rolled out everything. That's never happened in this project. For me, anyway. But I am really excited. I'm excited to have out some new stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be everything. I hope you guys liked this video, and definitely be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye, guys.